time out for fun. Hey, Francis Lau.
And you're Billy Ribak, that awesome teacher that teaches at 3 o'clock rock in Oakland, California.
That's correct. Thanks. But today I was hoping you could teach me a few things.
Me? I thought you already know everything. Plus, you're older than me.
You're gaining on me, and to be a good teacher, you have to be also a good learner.
So what can I teach you today?
I'd love to know more about the hand positions and how you select specific fingers for specific keys.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Well, if we develop good technique now, then maybe playing later will be easier, right?
It's time to bring out the egg then.
Okay, tell me about the egg.
So when you play piano, when you're starting to learn pianos, it's important to learn proper technique.
Okay.
So you hold the egg like this, but for big hands, it's not really helpful because your hand is covering the egg. Okay. So for little guys like you in the internet, cover your egg and make sure you don't cover it. And like this. Here, you try.
Okay. So I'm holding the egg. It's in my palm. And is this a good hand position?
Almost.
Okay, why don't you show me?
So I would play something like this. But if you're like a... So when you're holding it, when you're small, if your hands are small, you should be something holding like... Your hand position would be something like this.
Okay. So can you describe how the fingers must be? Can they be flat like this, or do they need to be kind of like a tiger?
They need to be like a in between.
In between. Okay, so nice and relaxed.
So when you're playing the piano, you should strike the keys with your bone, like the tip of your finger. Yeah.
Okay, great. Weren't you going to teach me a little bit about the minor natural scale? Because we already learned the C natural scale, right?
Yeah. So this is the E minor scale, so I'm just going to show you how it sounds. Or the left hand. So we're going to learn about intervals.
Okay, tell me about intervals.
So there is a half step and full step, whole step. So when a half step is when you go directly next to the note, or just go up directly or down next to a note, which is the C sharp. So that's half step.
Okay, half step. Okay.
Whole step is 2 half steps, so it would be skip C sharp and go to D.
One whole step is between C and D. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, is it one whole step to go between B and C?
That is a half step.
It's still considered a half step?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what about between E and F?
Still a half step.
How many whole steps and half steps make up the E minor natural scale?
So it's E and F sharp.
We're starting at E. We're going to do E minor scale, right?
E, F sharp, which is a whole step.
E, F sharp.
Whole
That's
step.
a whole step.
And then a half step.
Half step to G.
And then a whole step to A.
Whole step to A.
And then a whole step to B.
Whole step to B.
And then a half step to C.
Half step to C, because between B and C is a half step.
And then a whole step to D.
Whole step to D.
And then a whole step to E.
All right. Should we say the pattern out loud?
Okay. So it's whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step.
Whole step? Let's do it with the keys. It's a little bit easier. Whole step. Going from E to F sharp. Then we got half step, right?
Half step.
Going to G. We got a whole step going to A.
Another whole step.
Another whole step going to B.
And then a half step.
Half step going to C.
And then a whole step.
Whole step to D.
And then another whole step back to E.
E. Okay. Now, can you show us the fingering, the correct fingering, please, Francis?
So for the left hand.
Left hand, we're going to do it? Okay.
It's 5 or pinky.
Okay.
Ring finger on F sharp.
Okay. F sharp.
Middle finger on G.
Middle finger on G.
Index finger on A.
Index finger on A.
Thumb on B.
Thumb on B.
Cross over, middle finger on C.
Okay, when we get to the thumb, we're going to cross over with our middle finger. That sounds fun. Good.
And then index finger on D.
Index finger on D.
And then thumb on E.
Thumb on E. Okay, and can we go backwards?
Yeah. And then cross under this time.
Under. Okay, how's my hand positioning though with my fingers on the keys? Was it relaxed tiger position? Claw, tiger claw? Relax with the egg?
Look relaxed.
Okay.
When you remember, when you play the piano, you want to see your knuckles.
Which knuckle? What's our knuckle?
Is these joints connecting from your palm to your finger?
So, are you talking about these ones right here?
Yeah.
Okay. If your hand is flat like this, do you still see them?
No.
No, where'd they go?
They went under.
Okay.
Going under.
All right. So I think let's practice our scale together with some rhythm. Should we do 90 beats per minute?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Okay, should we do 8 notes?
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's do 8 notes on 90 beats per minute. 1 and 2 and ready, go.
How about we do pentatonic scale now?
Sure.
Okay. So first, we're going to do a minor pentatonic scale.
Can we keep it in the same key? E?
Okay. So this time it's E.
E?
Go up a half step and a whole step, which is a minor third.
Okay, so a half step and a whole step. So a half step would be to F, and a whole step would be all the way up to G, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going from E to G?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
And then go up a whole step.
A whole step to A,
And then a whole step to B.
whole step to B,
And then a whole step and a half step to D.
okay,
And then go a whole step to E.
whole step to E. So we have, starting out on E, we have an E and then 1.5 steps, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, up to G. Then a whole step to A, whole step to B,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna jump another 1.5 steps to D.
Yeah.
Okay. And one whole step to E. Now, can you show us the fingering for that, please,
So
Francis?
it's 1,
I'm watching you. 1,
4,
4,
middle finger, index finger, thumb, index finger.
So we're going to end on our first finger, or sorry, number 2 on our left hand.
Okay, now let's go into the minor pentatonic scale. Actually, the minor blues scale.
E minor blues scale. And why would we want to learn the E minor blues scale?
Jazz.
What about our next song that we're going to learn in the next episode?
Jerkin Back and Forth.
By who?
I don't know. Maybe Devo. Can tell us.
Devo. Okay, let's do it. So this is should we play it with our right hand or left hand?
Let's start with left hand.
Okay.
So it's E,
E,
G,
G,
A,
A,
instead of going to B, we go to A sharp.
A sharp, okay. So E, G,
G,
A,
B sharp,
B, or B,
B
flat.
flat, or A sharp, and then go to B, D, E.
Do you want to go over the intervals with that E minor blues scale?
So it's a half and a whole step,
A half and a whole step, okay.
another whole step,
A whole step to A,
half step,
half step to B flat or A sharp.
another half step,
Another half step to B.
a half and a whole step to D,
A half and a whole step to D, okay.
and a whole step.
And a whole step to E. Can you play that with your right hand too?
Okay, so thumb on E,
E?
index finger on G, thumb on A, middle finger or index finger on B flat, thumb again, and then D, any finger on D, and then E, and then reverse.
In our next episode, we will visit the E blues scale, and we'll do it in a song called Jerkin Back and Forth by Devo. Do you have any other words for our audience?
I would like you to thank Musack, and remember to practice.
Okay.
I don't know.
Thank you guys so much.